What's up, guys? Mustang Doctor. Just coming to you guys tonight from the rear quarter panel of the GT350. We're throwing in this Ford Performance Racing half shaft. It's rated at 1500 horsepower. We snapped the other one, as I shared. And unfortunately, in the same regard, we had also snapped or broke some of the spline housing in the wheel bearing. So we got a new wheel bearing. Just installed that on the new OEM knuckle, and so we're going to put this half shaft in first, and then we're going to throw the new knuckle on and button everything up, and then we're going to go around to the other side, see if we can get that axle out that's stuck. We'll go from there. Okay, guys, so we have this new wheel bearing and spline housing right in the new knuckle, and we're just about to butt that up to the Ford Performance axle. And then we're going to lock it in through all the suspension hardware components. So at this point, we're just going to kind of seat this up. We're going to run it through the spline, line those up, and as we do that, we're going to line up our port bolt, our suspension bolt housing, and then we'll be underway. The way that you know these are in and seated properly are when they click. You want that C-clip to click in there and find it in seat properly inside the differential. Okay, guys, so we're just guiding the driver's side half shaft in to the rear differential at this point. Okay, guys, so we have the hub assembly back on. We've got the spline in for the most part. We're going to snug that in with the spline bolt. That's going to be torqued down to 222 ish. I'm gonna have to look at the torque spec again. It's actually 200 foot-pounds. So we're gonna torque that down with 200 foot-pounds of torque on the torque wrench. But the next step right now is actually just to reinstall our wheel speed sensor. So that goes right in there. You guys can see that okay. It goes right in that hole. And then there's a little nut section. We'll just drop this nut in there and then snug it down. No torque spec on that, obviously. It's tool tight. So I'm just gonna go hand tight, and we'll screw it in with the bolt, or with the socket. That does not want to fit. That's the original screw that came in the original knuckle. So oddly enough, I don't know if this came with another screw. I either may need to tap a new hole in here or get the appropriate screw. But for now, we'll just put that in. Next step from here is going to be the parking brake. We're going to have to reinstall this, which was a huge pain, if you remember that. That comes with this shroud that bolts right in, and then from there we're going to bolt in the brake caliper again, and we're really going to be on our way at that point. Okay, guys, so now we're just going to install the brake disc, and that's just going to slide right over the pre-installed lug nuts, and then we can put the brake caliper back on. Okay, guys, so at this point we're just putting the brake caliper back in. Yes, I shouldn't have had that hanging there, but didn't have a choice. So we are going to slide this brake caliper back on. If it doesn't want to go back on, we might have to get our piston decompress tool to walk these discs back out, or brake pads back out. It looks like it's going to go on just fine. I just need to seat this in, because then we're going to put the shield back on and then reinstall the emergency brake cable. Okay, guys, so we're just going to install the e-brake now, or the e-brake cable, I should say. This thing is kind of tricky. You got to pretty much decompress the spring, and what you're trying to do is, if I can do that with enough strength here, you're trying to get that center hole, which is in between there, right around there. There's a little rod. Basically, when you're pulling the e-brake, this is pulling this up and down, and you're pulling the cable then. So you're essentially just trying to hook the cable onto the bottom of that, and then there's a top portion of the cable that you got to decompress the spring down the other way, and we got to run that right through this hole right here. So you're going to run the cable through that line, and then you're going to let it snap back. Okay guys, that's a wrap on the driver's side, which was the side that broke. Unfortunately, the passenger side, good axle doesn't want to come out. The C-clip is stuck, so just gonna have to tackle that probably tomorrow. But we do have the driver's side done and fully installed. I've just gotta torque down this spline bolt to 200 foot-pounds. And then we'll do one more 40-degree turn after that, and that will be fully torqued to spec. Otherwise, everything else is in, and we're good to go on this side. All right, guys, have a good one.